meet someone and they, oh, you know, are you a basketball player? It's the first thing out of their mouth.
If I go to a basketball court, I'll probably, if I take, 50 shots, I'll probably make about 10.
I was probably always the kid that was different.
Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no.
After a while, you just kind of say, well, why don't I make a, name for myself, or maybe I can be a role model for someone down the road.
We don't necessarily have something to prove, but we kind of have something to prove.
When it comes to African Americans embracing the sport of ice hockey, the proof is in the numbers. The exception rather than the rule just a decade ago, you'll now find a black player competing in almost every NHL game. That same growth in interest is evident at many Division I colleges as well. In fact, Northeastern University has the unique distinction of currently having 3 African Americans on its roster.
This is something that's never happened before. A bunch of African Americans or a bunch of minorities have never been this widely dispersed in hockey.
I just think it's the excitement of the game. Kids growing up, all races are falling in love with the game of ice hockey, and we're starting to get into areas where it wasn't really very exciting or you never saw it.
Hockey's growth in new cities and urban programs set up to expose minorities to the sport have given more and more young athletes a chance to learn the game. Many eagerly have. Unfortunately, some of their more ignorant opponents have been less than supportive.
It's nothing that I find alarming. I've played a game where someone said something to me, and then after the game, they're shaking my hand, they're patting me on the back and saying, good game. So therefore, perhaps they had previously just been trying to get me off my game. So many times I give them the benefit of the doubt and say they were just trying to be competitive in another realm, but sometimes it is actually ignorance, and there's nothing you can really do about it.
Spiller, Newson, and Hayward all stress they're facing less racial taunting on the ice today than ever. And that speaks to both a changing world and a changing game.
As you move up in college, from high school to college, everyone's a little bit more professional, and I think you really respect your opponents on the other side, white, black, red or brown, it doesn't matter.
In 1980, Northeastern's Wayne Turner scored perhaps the most famous goal in Beanpot history. 19 years later, the African-American presence on the Huskies is stronger than ever, while both Turner's legacy and style live on.
I kind of kid Billy Newsom a little bit because Billy's kind of getting back to the late 70s afro right now, and I didn't know if he was growing it out for the Beanpot in hopes of scoring the big goal. If that's what it takes, I think Northeastern will take it.
I hope that kids get inspiration from these things, from seeing us on TV, from reading about us in the paper. I think it could be amazing what, when you have a good mixture of not only white Canadian kids and white American kids playing hockey, but you have a mixture of everybody playing. You have your minorities, your whites, everybody just coming together and playing, because it's a great sport, and everybody should have a chance to play it.